Enugu tribunal dismisses PRP petition against Governor Mba over NYSC forged certificate. We'll get into that conversation. Voice of Nigeria journalist murdered in Zamfara State. This is very sad and one of the very evil that journalists have to go through in the country. Shuaibu, the deputy governor of Edo State, begs Obaseki for forgiveness. My Lord and Master, please forgive me. And then there's also the breaking conversation about police exhuming Mobad's body and the nurse arrested. I think that nurse arrest happened yesterday, right? And then there is just a conversation coming in about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's team filing emergency appeal to block Chicago State University from giving Atiku Abubakar his documents following the court judgment. Lagos, these are our hot topics. Let's take a little break. I will be right back to bring you details of this conversation in a flash. Stay with us. With Precious. Let me bring you a reminder of hot topical conversations of the day. Critical analysis of hot and trending topics on politics, economy, lifestyle, human angle, and sometimes the unusual. Featuring sound and informed guests across various sectors to discuss matters rising on Hot Topic Pali. Intense conversations, critical analysis. We sometimes disagree to agree.
Join Precious every weekday from Monday to Friday on the Evening Rush,
7 to 9 p.m.
90.3 Voice of the People FM, Lagos.
Don't miss it.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on the Evening Rush.
Lagos, you are welcome back. It's still 90.3 Voice of the People. Let's go straight on to the conversation. Let's begin with Lagos State, where the Lagos State Police Command has confirmed the exhumation of the corpse of late singer Ireoluwa Aloba, popularly known as Mobad, on Thursday. That is today. His body was exhumed for autopsy. Now, the police also arrested the nurse who reportedly injected the deceased singer prior to his demise on Thursday, September 12. This is according to news. The Lagos State Police Command Public Relations Officer SP Benjamin Hundeyi confirmed the development to our correspondent in an exclusive, to newsmen, right? Basically. So reporting from Punch newspaper right now, he said Mobad corpse has been exhumed today and an autopsy will begin as soon as possible. That's what he said. And then there was lots of reaction concerning that exhumation of his body, because people were like, okay, so why do we see fresh blood in the coffin of somebody who's been buried a few days ago? We see fresh blood. What happened? And all that. So there were lots of outcry. I don't even know if I should go ahead and play those videos. But let Mr. Darlington react to that. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't tell you before. Please help me make welcome today Barrister Darlington, the birthday boy. Please put your hands together for him. Mr. Darlington, happy birthday to you. Your birthday is tomorrow. But me, I'm celebrating you today because I know we will not see it tomorrow. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Darlington.
Thank you so much. Thank you. In fact, for my daughter that even reminded me, she called from where she said singing happy birthday. Yeah. I said, okay, so you people are aware. They have this.
So you said that you, the owner of the birthday, you forgot that it was a birthday.
I can't remember when I did it too.
You cannot remember when you did it.
I'm telling you.
So now that you did not do it now, you can remember.
Oh my God. So these children, I don't know, they have their group where they communicate with each other and so my first daughter, who is somewhere outside, she had to, Daddy, have anybody told you, I want to be the first person to so And I remember I said, okay, thank you, my daughter. I prayed for her and all that. So others are now taking a cue. I can't remember saying this. So I can't remember, seriously. I can't remember. I know I'm old school. I'm old school. I'm old school.
All right, Mr. New School, happy birthday to you. Welcome.
You
So let's go straight on to Mobad's issue. Would you like to jump in on that? Especially the exhumation of his body.
Precious.
Sir?
You see, one of the things that pain me is the way we take things for granted in Nigeria. Let me tell you a story. Somewhere in US, a dog called 911. A dog. The owner was having a seizure, and the dog pressed 911, and the police traced that call to that house. Meanwhile, the dog was standing in front of the house barking. Back. So when when he now saw the police, the dog now walked inside the house. That was how they saw what was going on and rescued that, took him to police station. This Mobad was reported to have written 6 letters, petition to a police station in this Lagos. They turned him down. It was equally reported that the suspect was even warning the police that if they come to his estate, blood will flow. And for that reason, nobody did anything. Precious, nobody did anything. Can you just imagine medicine after death? Do you see why this thing irritates me at times? What is all this one? Will that guy come back alive? Will he ever come back? If they find out now, they say the man is on the run, they will die, they will involve Interpol, this and that. What is this for? 6 petitions. This guy, he was all over the place talking about the threat to his life. Nobody paid attention. Precious, nobody a star like that, a star. They said he's now number 58 in the whole world. His music, number 58 in the whole world, trending. And we just wasted him like that. To make matters worse, I don't know what kind of father will hurry to bury his son, without finding out what killed him. The landlord at Ikorodu said that, in fact, they prevented him from burying this boy in the night. In the night. What was the hurry for? And there was a certain 2 million that was given to buy casket and burial. Meanwhile, the one they used to bury the guy was not even his size. He was squeezed inside it. A father. For what reason? Is that how poverty can make you disown your son? Who gave the 2 million naira? Who gave it? Precious, who gave 2 million naira for your son? And these things are happening. Police are now investigating. Why didn't they take proactive measure? Let them come and deny that this guy never wrote any petition or he did not visit any police station when this thing was going on. Let them come and deny it now. Now, IG is setting up a panel. DSS is setting up a panel. You can see how we have reduced our humanity to nothing.
Okay, so let's take a quick listen.
If not for a human rights organization and some fans,
yes,
nobody would have said anything. Nobody. This guy would have just gone like that.
So let's take a quick listen to some reactions at the place where at his graveside where his body was exhumed earlier today. Take a listen to the reactions coming up from there, emanating there.
Congo. Ó ṣe kú mọ́rùn kó sí ń gbé wọn.
So there were even statements that there were fresh blood, sites of fresh blood in the inside the grave by the coffin, and some people are even saying that looks like he was apparently buried alive because his body is still not probably so decayed yet, as it were. I mean, it's been a couple of days, so you would have expected some level of decay, and there's just a lot of speculations, even though we've not heard officially from
one prophet or man of God was saying that the guy came to him and told him that as at the time he was buried, that he was still alive.
Could it be why, it still looks like?
Exactly. He said it, that he's still alive. That he was on a journey to Delhi.
Perhaps he was just unconscious.
I said the father was going to bury him in the night. Is it not suspicious? Come on. Why did they arrest him in the night? The father should explain something to us now. Nobody even bothered to take him to hospital. They brought a nurse who was treating him at home. Oh God. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
It's pathetic. All right, so let's move to another conversation very quickly because we, for the want of time, we have a lot to handle. So yesterday the Kano State Election Petition Tribunal happened. The governor of Kano State had to call for a 24 hours curfew to avoid breakdown of law and order in that state, and he's also appealing, even though the court had ordered INEC to withdraw his certificate of return and give it back to the original winner, who is the APC's candidate. Would you like to chime in on that very quickly, or you'd like to score a hat trick? Because let's marry that with what's happening in Enugu State, where the Enugu Election Petition Tribunal has begun reading the judgment and has just delivered judgment in the PRP's petition against Governor Peter Mba. The tribunal dismissed the PRP's case against Enugu governor. PRP had alleged that Mba was an ex-convict, having entered into a plea bargain with the EFCC in the past. All those, you remember, so the fact that it's my accounts that committed offense and not me kind of thing. So PRP also pleaded that Mr. Mba should be disqualified for the NYC discharge certificate forgery. Now, the tribunal dismissed the issue of plea bargain and forged certificate discharge based on the inability of the petitioner to provide certified true copies of the alleged documents and cannot rely on photocopies of documents. But you'd recall that during the hearing of this case, even I think there was a point that WAEC even came and testified that what the governor presented is not the original WAEC certificate. I don't know if you heard that matter when he was reading, when he was before the tribunal.
I heard it.
So would you like to react, chiming on this quickly?
Precious.
Sir?
When the gods are in your favor, no case will be against you. I'm telling you. That is where Nigeria is now. Whenever they have decided that you are the person they want, whether you are in PDP, in APC, in Labour Party, as long as you are one of their own, the gods have favored you, no case will be brought against you. That thing they brought against Mba is a very serious issue. But why didn't the tribunal look into it? It's not a true certified. All this thing that the tribunals are doing is rubbishing our courts. Our judiciary is being dragged into the mud. We don't longer have a standard. In this case, you decide another thing. In a similar case somewhere, you decide another thing. We don't know which one to follow. Are you telling me that forgery is no longer a criminal offense? Are you telling me that? If you have entered plea bargain, it does not exonerate you from the offense you committed. It doesn't. But they have brought it aside and said, the man, you can bow and go, sin no more. It's not enough. Please, whoever is involved, let us have a standard so that we don't have charlatans leading us at all levels. That is what I'm saying. The tribunal head in law, they should have looked into that matter. They should have invited the EFCC to come and testify and certify that document instead of telling us it's photocopy and all that. They did not invite anybody. They didn't make any effort. They just dismissed it. It's not proper. It's not. Seriously, it's not. If you marry with what is going on in Kano, is it not the same thing? All of a sudden, this thing that they are saying now, that they took somebody's vote and gave to somebody, is that not what will be presented at the tribunal and they say he should come and prove it? Look at, you knew that Obi does not have the resources to police all the polling units. And all those polling units where he doesn't have agents. That was where all these things was done. And they are now telling him to go and bring agents who witnessed this thing where it happened. You forgotten that no matter what happened in any polling unit, there are other agents who will sign. They will give you a copy. So if I get a copy from those polling unit, must my agent be there for that thing to be authenticated? Is it not the same copy that all the agents are holding? If I get a copy from them, is it not enough for the tribunal to use it and look into my matter? That is what is going on here. They knew that Obi does not have the resources to police all the polling units, and they are now using it against him. Is it proper? You did not ask them, INEC, why do we have 18,000 blood sheets in these areas? You didn't. You only asked Obi to come and bring agents who will testify to it. If Obi cannot obtain materials from INEC to prosecute his case, where will he obtain it from? Where will he obtain it from? So these are the things that people, I don't even know where to start to. Even market women they are even interpreting the law more than the judges. I'm telling you, they are even interpreting it to tell you how low we have sunk, all because of selfish interest. Why can't you have a standard? The moment you know that, look, this thing will not fly, your lawyer will advise you. But because they know that they have Abraham as their godfather, they always telling you go to court. Why are they also confident go to court? When you know that you have a bad case, you are still saying go to court. I have told you here, Ibori, who was discharged and acquitted in Nigeria, Ibori, they claim that he has not here. In fact, he is as clean as anything. He was chased into Dubai, from Dubai to UK, where they jailed him. In fact, he had to agree. He had to accept after all the investigation. He accepted his guilt. But in Nigeria, he was discharged and acquitted. 173 count charges that was brought against him. Because you know why? Ibori brought a division in the Delta. He built a court and even appointed some of the people that presided over his case. Precious. Look, you don't know how bad these things are. You don't begin to reason how these things have, how these people have messed up Nigeria. An individual. The same man went to UK. Even his lawyer, his Indian lawyer who wanted to compromise UK judiciary, he was jailed with him. Can it happen here? Look at what lawyers are doing in court. Look at turning our legal system upside down, rubbishing everything, all because of what? All because of what?
Mr. Darlington, you would like to excuse your mind your language?
I am minding my language though, because this thing is getting out of hand. Seriously, in my place, if you don't frown, you can't remove those hard things from under your this. If you are going to the small room, when you enter the bush, you want to go and do something there. If you don't frown your face, when you chop a very hard apple, you don't. When you want to go and do something, you frown your face before it will come out. That's where we are now. So don't. Who will be happy? Look at how they are rubbishing us all over the place, and you want me to be happy, So that when some of us go outside there and you mention, we don't even know who is who again. The moment you say you are from Nigeria, they will put you down, all because of what they are doing here in Nigeria. I told you how a whole division, a man who is holding a whole division, Abuja division, was seconded to ICJ. Precious. ICJ, International Court. He was to represent Nigeria there. The 3 tests they gave him, he failed all of them. And with that failure, other 9 slots that were supposed to go to Nigeria, all of them were asked to come back home. Tell me. Look at how this thing is. We are getting every day on all areas. Nigeria is sinking down. You will put another judgment here. You will put another. So where are you going to discuss from now? Which one are you going to follow now? Which one? This thing they are using now is go and check. It has happened in several cases. Yet this same tribunal, they discountenance it. Another tribunal will say something there. The other one will say something there. All because when it is in your favor, when there is an anointed son, nothing can happen. An anointed son, they will do everything to make sure he scale through. Is that how to run a country? Precious. Tomorrow now, this thing that you are telling me that They will make reference to it. Oh, you don't even know the implication. They will make reference to this thing. We are talking of what happened in 1979. Between Awolowo and Shagari, they are still committing even worse things today. Worse. How can we move forward? How?
All right, Mr. Darlington, let's visit other cases very quickly so that we can open the phone lines for people to jump in, and then we go straight to our step-down conversation later today. So let's look at what happened in Zamfara State about the demise, or more like murder, of a journalist in Zamfara State. As the Zamfara Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, has confirmed the murder of Hamisu Danjigba, a Voice of Nigeria, Vaughan correspondent. The death was announced just yesterday. Now, a statement by the NUJ Secretary Ibrahim Ahmed said the deceased body was dumped in a sockaway.
Oh, God.
Now, quoting them, he said the discovery of his corpse was a result of an unpleasant odor observed by children of an Islamic school behind his house in the evening of Wednesday, September 2023, just yesterday, said the NUJ statement. After breaking the sockaway, the dead body was confirmed to be that of Danjigba by his family and some neighbors. Now, Mr. Danjigba had been missing for 3 days before his corpse was found. Sources said the family was initially contacted to pay 1 million naira for his release. Meanwhile, the police have arrested a suspect. The NUJ extended its condolences to the deceased and family of Vaughan. It urged security agencies to thoroughly investigate the journalist's death and bring the perpetrators to book. The deceased has been buried in Gassawa, according to Islamic religion. See, Mr. Darlington, it's more and more scary that we are not safe. I couldn't avoid this story when I saw it, because it could be anybody. How can people continue to die because of the kind of job that they are doing? You are doing your job. Why would you die for even sacrificing your life to do your job? You should even be you should be a treasure. Like, you should be treasured for putting your life on the line to do your job. You should be treasured.
Oh God, Precious,
sir.
Did you remember how the CNN covered the death of Khashoggi in Turkey?
Yes, back to back.
That means in fact,
as if they knew what was going to happen, they planted cameras around already.
I am telling you.
Interesting. I followed that story very well. I know the adverse effect that story had on the international market, because I'm someone who's, very interested in the international market. So I followed the story, and that,
That means if it were Nigeria, all the CNN journalists, all of them would have been killed for exposing evil. Can you imagine? So how can we grow like this? How? That is my question.
But nobody is immediately fingered. It's not like it
could it have been a natural death and they dump? You mean the man deliberately go and die inside a
couldn't it also be personal enemies? But then again, that tells the level of our security in this part of the world. The fact that this can happen for a number of days. It's not like this, we don't have things like this or incidents like this in other countries. A VON, a Voice of Nigerian staff.
It is not left for the federal government to unravel what happened. Yes, now. let them find out, because it have started though. It have started. By the time you gloss over this now, a more serious man may happen tomorrow. Then something may not follow.
All right. So, Mr. Darlington, before we go to the very recent story that's got to do with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appealing urgently to the judgment by the U.S. court, allowing Atiku Abubakar access to his documents in Chicago State University. Let's quickly take a look at what's playing out in Edo State, and then let's also join that together with Lamidi Apapa. Right. Okay. So, first of all, in Edo State, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shuaibu, on Thursday apologized to Governor Godwin Obaseki and asked for his forgiveness if he had offended him unknowingly, to enable them finish well and strong. Please, any way where I don't sin against you, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me so that we can finish well and strong. Now, Mr. Shuaibu has been a loggerhead with Mr. Obaseki over his ambition to contest for the forthcoming 2024 governorship election. The governor has relocated his deputy to another office outside the government house, while his media crew has been disbanded. You would also recall that a man went to his office the other day and noticed that it was locked. He couldn't have access. So Mr. Shaibu made the apology while speaking to newsmen shortly after his investiture at the grand patron as the grand patron of Catholic Men's Organization, CMO, of the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin. Quoting him now, he said, like I have always said, I am a loyal servant and there is nothing that has changed. I took a vow to support my governor, and that is what I will do. As you can see, the Catholic people are here. I can only wish that the relationship we had is sustained. I prayed and know that in the next few weeks, I would come back. I am missing my governor. And I pray that God will touch my governor's heart and the heart of those that are trying to come in between us to know that I mean well. If there is any mistake I have made, I am just human and did not act out of wickedness, because I am not wicked and I have a clean heart, he said. Mr. Shaibu called on the governor to forgive him so as to develop the state, so they can develop the state together. He can help him, join him in developing the state. Let me not go further with that statement, but would you like to chime in on this?
Shaibu made a mistake. He took a gamble that failed. Why did he take the governor to court?
Why shouldn't he?
And later withdrew it.
Why shouldn't he?
This one I say is a lawyer, whatever. If he's loyal, he should have been looking at what is going on in Lagos now, where loyalty is like a virtue. So you cannot be loyal and you took your principal to court. It has never happened. If you want to study loyalty, come to Lagos. Since 1999, all the Lagos state governors, they will tell you what loyalty means. So if you are not at that level, then you are not loyal. You only took a gamble that backfired. You want to be governor. It's your governor that will tell you to replace him.
But should it actually be that way?
Hold on now.
Should a deputy not have the right to have his own ambition? Must I take permission from someone before I have an ambition?
Look, let me tell you, Precious.
Sir?
In the mafia world, the word of the mafia king is law. If you don't have the stamina to challenge him, don't go there. That's why I told you that he took a gamble that backfired. What was he trying to do when he took him to court and all that? All those things he was doing even when the man was sick and all. What was he trying to do? All that. Why he's saying all this now? Because the thing backfired. And that is the truth. If he wanted to be loyal, he should have been loyal to the end. You saw what Jonathan did when Yaradua was somewhere in Saudi Arabia. He was so, in fact, he was incommunicado. It was Binta Yaradua and which other, what is that is Attorney General, that we are running the show. Jonathan deliberately kept quiet. He did not even utter a word. Is that not why the principle of necessity came in? And because of his emotional intelligence, he eventually got it. So when you are talking of loyalty, you must go and learn how to be loyal, not trial and error. Shuaibu, yes, he has the right, but you should look at your environment. Around there is even one lady that is behind all this whatever, one commissioner, who is even more powerful than the deputy governor. So, and the man is suspecting that his illness was as a result of some whatever. So
see that Edo State case, I've been deliberately avoiding it because it's deeper than we,
good.
You know.
So that's why the man said, please stay far away from me. Coming closer to me, I'm not comfortable. Go and relocate your office somewhere. So you can see that the trust is no longer there. So all this prayer, is he praying to come back? The man may not be comfortable with him. So I will advise him, if you want to join another party, that's the best thing, because all this prayer, he has already severed the cord. So
once the trust is broken, he's had to be
no, not in politics, not in Nigerian politics, never. Never. He may not come back.
All right. So still before we go to Chicago State University, let's take a look at what is happening in Labour Party, LOP. So The Lamidi Apapa faction of the Labour Party has advised the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, to seek another political party to pursue his presidential ambition ahead of the 2027 elections. No think about Labour Party. The Apapa faction, whose authenticity was recently affirmed by the Edo Division of the Court of Appeals, said it had started shopping for another presidential candidate ahead of the 2027 election. The spokesperson for the faction, Abayomi Arabambi, made this known yesterday in an exclusive interview. I think this was with the Punch newspaper. Arabambi spoke against the backdrop of the appeal filed by Peter Obi at the Supreme Court on Tuesday to challenge the verdict of the Presidential Election Petitions Court, which reaffirmed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president and the person who won the 2023 presidential election. Now, the Apapa-led faction of the Labour Party had distanced itself from the decision of Obi and Julius Abure faction to challenge Tinubu's victory in court. So if you, I'm sorry, I just got a bit, I don't know. So, irky, I don't know if I should use that word. So if you believe that in your party and you believe that your party actually has a legitimate cause to pursue, why should you now distance yourself from the cause that your party is pursuing? I just want to understand what is going on here. I mean, it's like assuming, God forbid, or as it were, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu lost the tribunal, for instance, and Ganduje, the party's chairman, saying that, you know what, if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants to appeal for the tribunal, my hand is not there, I don't support it. Does it happen that way? Should you not be in support of your party pursuing victory, irrespective of how long it takes? Should it? Let me finish reading his. I'm sorry that I just thought to take a pause and ask myself some questions. So now on August 14, the Imo State Court of Appeal declared Apapa as the authentic national chairman of the Labour Party, Imo State. Remember that another one in Edo State declared Abure. Authentic, so we're just saying two things. So according to the Punch newspaper, they said, speaking to their correspondent on Wednesday, Arabambi said Obi should not waste his time pursuing an appeal against Tinubu's victory at the Supreme Court. That is not time he wastes like that. Now, according to him, Obi clearly lost the election due to his alleged mismanagement of human resources. Arabambi said, quoting him now, my advice is for him, Obi, to go and start preparing for 2027. But it has to be another party, not in Labour Party. We are not going to allow his kind of rascality to continue in 2027. We will look for a fresh candidate as far as we are concerned. Where was Labour Party before Peter Obi came in? I'm sorry, I don't have a candidate, but I just want to know. Okay. Because we all know the only prominent person we've had from Labour Party was not just Party Tommy. I mean, I'm talking about in terms of the position. You don't make me the Mimiko. Olusegun Mimiko.
Yeah, Iroke man. Yeah.
Governor Olusegun Mimiko. And we know, the condition that election happened.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
After that, what happened?
Exactly what I'm saying. They
never made it to the national level.
Oh, Mr. Darlington. So, I mean, I've been following politics for quite an extensive time. And I'm wondering, where was Labour Party all this while? Whether we like it or not, the name Peter Obi gave Labour Party a lot.
Mind them.
A lot of accolade, a lot of crowd, recognition. Beyond the Andrew Liver Salt that it was called, by the way. Beyond the fact that even though people still think that it's a regional party, but I don't see where a regional party will win election in Southwest, North Central, and also win election in South, and win in Southeast. What makes it regional? Because you did not win election in two other geopolitical zones. Does that make it regional? How many other presidential candidates won each state from at least a state from across each geopolitical zone? How many of them? I mean, we've had elections where we know that particular candidates will be flawed in some geopolitical zones. They will not even get one vote safe. They'll be flawed. Well, Mr. Darlington, I don't want to go further to say what Arabambi said. Oh, yeah? Let me have you react.
Now, you see, what is happening in Labour Party is a question of somebody who knows that they have no electoral value, trying to claim reap where he did not sow. You see, the only thing that have made Apapa to have gone this far in infamy is because Peter Obi is a gentleman. Precious, I'm telling you, P2B is too gentle. I can't remember him replying or talking to him. No, he has never. But in other political parties, will have Apapa do 1/4 of what he's doing, and they will still leave him in that party. You can see now. It is because of the civil manner Obi is pursuing his course. That is why Apapa has taken it upon himself to be rubbishing the man, talking down on him, without any respect. Himself and Arabambi, they are just speaking and talking to P2B, all because he is a very gentle man. You see why it's not good to be too quiet or too civil in matters like this. People will ride you. That man have not even answered some of the questions you have just asked here. Where was Labour Party before P2B came in? Where were they? Where were they? Where was Apapa and Arabambi? Where were they? Are you telling me that the investment, the integrity that the P2B brought to the Labour Party has not lifted the Labour Party from where it is now? So you want him to now go away so that another person will now come and reap the trust P2B have already built with Labour Party? Is that what you and your paymasters are scheming? It will not work. Oh. Let the matter just finish at the Supreme Court. I'm sure P2B will be properly advised. Maybe that time he will not have time for Apapa. All this thing he's doing now, I am very, very sure that by the time this matter is exhausted at the Supreme Court, everybody will now come to their level. This same Apapa, you will see him, he will turn around tomorrow. Go and mark my word. He will turn around tomorrow and start speaking from both sides of his mouth. I will even blame the court. 2 appeal court, one in Owerri, one in Benin, giving the same judge on the same matter. Who will lead the Labour Party? You are telling me here to be my man. You can see what I'm talking about. You can see what I'm talking about. Our courts. Anybody that want to commit infamy now, he run to court. Court to have become a willing tool for rascality. A willing tool. And the court will be seeing it though. They didn't ask, but this matter has been ruled upon somewhere. Why did you bring it here? They should throw it there. By the time you know that nobody will answer you will respect yourself. They are now buying judgment all over the place. Buying judgment. If not, why must the same court, cognate recognition, cognate powers, ruling on the same matter? And you are telling me it is well and proper? No, it is proper. That is how the UK and US judiciary developed. Precious. It's unfortunate too. It's unfortunate. I don't know where these people are driving us. I heard Obasanjo what he was saying the other day. They should be very careful. They should not truncate this. They should be very careful.
Let's move to the next conversation very quickly.
Okay.
Lagos, just before you chime in, let's just let you know that phone lines are open, by the way. So you feel free to jump in on the conversation. It's 0700 903 903 903. That's a direct line to call. For our WhatsApp is 0700 903 903.
The emergency appeal.
Yes, I'm going to that. Why are you interested in the emergency appeal?
It's important though.
Okay.
It's important.
So, this story has it. Bola Tinubu files emergency appeal to block Chicago University from releasing records testifying under oath. The emergency application was filed as Chicago State University prepared to start complying with the records release on Friday afternoon. That is tomorrow afternoon. You know, tomorrow will make it 48 hours.
Oh,
now.
yes.
So they're already getting ready. And then I said, you know what? No, I'm filing appeal. So we'll have to now wait for the appeal. After the appeal now, for us to now know from the appeal, maybe we'll reach Supreme Court for US before we can know whether we'll go apply. But let me just read it, fully. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's legal team has filed an emergency application seeking a review of the judgment that ordered the release of his academic records to Atiku Abubakar. Judge Jeffrey Gilbert of the United States District Court had on September 19 ordered Chicago State University to release Mr. Tinubu's records to his Nigerian political opponent as part of an ongoing election challenge proceeding in Nigeria. Now, the judge said the records must be turned over to Mr. Abubakar on September 21, which is supposed to be today, by the way, right? But maybe because of time difference, today will spill into their tomorrow. Their today will spill into our tomorrow, right? A bit of it. So he also said school administrations must submit themselves to certify all released records under oath. You recall that the lawyer to the school had said that they could not authenticate the results that Atiku Abubakar presented to the court, that it is that of the president, as to the one that the president presented before to INEC. They cannot authenticate it under oath. But now the lawyer or the judge ruled that not only will you release necessary documents to Atiku Abubakar, but you and your school officials, authorities will come and authenticate and swear under oath that this thing you're giving to us, nothing done do hand never touch hand. You understand? But as the school started preparing to release the files, Mr. Tinubu entered an emergency application in the district asking a senior judge to review Mr. Gilbert's September 19 order and delay execution until at least September 25. September 25 is which day now? It's on Tuesday, Monday next week, right? Okay. The good thing is that their court hukuma will not be delaying. Their own is sharp judgment. It's not like our own that takes forever. So due to the timing, now quoting it said, due to the timing for compliance by Chicago State University later today, intervenor is filing this motion separately from its challenge to the magistrate's ruling on the application. Mr. Tinubu's lawyers, led by Christopher Carmichael, said intervenor intends to file by the end of the day a substantive brief addressing the errors in the magistrate's decision. Full stop. Meaning, say I see some kind of hole inside the judgment where the magistrate make. So I go to file the thing. So in that case, I beg make on a hold on. Chicago State University, may they never release this result to them yet until we file this appeal and then see waiting the thing. Oh yeah, Mr. Darlington.
That is a stay of execution. They have just told the court for a stay of execution because if he doesn't do that and they release it and he does anything, that will be afterthought. What he has just said that he has just filed for stay of execution, which is normal. But the question I want to ask you, Precious,
sir,
what Tinubu is doing, is it proper? Why? Both in moral and in law.
But it's well within his right to make such appeals. If it is within his right, then that means it's proper.
Look, in a Senate climb, the first thing the legislative arm of government should have asked Tinubu, where is the money for this legal battle in the US coming from? Is it from your pocket or from our national treasury? It is important. All these things he's doing.
And what are you saying? A man that has a lot of businesses will not have money enough to pursue a case. Listen. Why is the money the one that for the one Atiku is pursuing? Where is the money coming from?
Fine.
Is Atiku in government?
He's not in government. Fine. He's a private person. But you are the president. Every kobo you spend, we must know about it. That is what I can.
So does it mean that he does not also have personal funds?
You are not listening to me. You are not listening. I said as a president now, every kobo he spends, we must know about it. Whether it is his own or from the treasury. Look.
So that we can tell if it's our money or his own money.
Listen. In South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa is facing a serious problem because they stole $4 million from his farm, Fala. His own money, his own farm, but because he did not bring it to the notice of the police or the security agents, they were prosecuting him for that. Have you heard of such a thing before? If it happen here, you will see some hangers on. Shebi na him money now. Why are you disturbing him? Shebi na him money. Thief will come steal money for him farm. Why are you bothered?
No, say because it's not your religion or because it's not your brother. The way your brother stole, who came to check him?
Do you see why I'm worried? These are people who want to grow their society. You saw how they removed Jacob Zuma from office for overspending the budget they gave him to renovate his country
by
$60 million. $60 million. Precious, have we ever asked our president all the money they are spending? Where did they get? Have we ever done such a thing in Nigeria? When somebody becomes the president, you saw what Buhari was doing with Emefiele, with our treasury, with our central bank, and everybody just kept quiet. This is the first thing anybody would have asked. All this regulation, is it your money or is it from the national treasury? We should find out. That is the first thing. And now you are making an emergency. For what reason? Precious for what? Shebi his lawyers said that he has nothing to fear. His party members that he has nothing to hide. You have nothing to hide, and you are blocking every move to get to the truth of your certificate.
Which truth again? Well, Mr. Darlington, let me open phone lines. So phone lines are already open.
If you don't block it, why the appeal?
903 903
Why the
903
appeal?
0700 903 9039. All right. Hello, good evening to you. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, hello, Precious.
Sir? Oh, Mr. Tony Chikodi, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, but this, I didn't hear the sir like the one you answered, Mr. Darlington.
Oh, yeah, call me.
Mr. Darlington, good evening.
Today is Mr. Darlington's birthday. In fact, it's tomorrow, but we're celebrating him today. I am celebrating him today because I'll not see him tomorrow.
Look so presidential. Yeah, I love the way you are looking.
Are you serious?
Yeah? Happy birthday.
Oh my God.
Precious, you see, Mr. Darlington is looking good more than you. I don't know.
No, it's okay. It is his birthday now. It's not my birthday. My own is far away. How can I not look better than the birthday person? It's not good now.
I've always been looking.
I can't take his shine. It's okay. Give him all the shine today. I'm fine with it. We're not in competition.
Darlington, we was.
Is that what?
No, he didn't hear you.
Is that what?
Excuse me, Mr. Tony. What did you say?
Hello, your line is breaking up.
Okay,
hello.
Apologies. Unfortunately, I can't hear you. What did you say, Mr. Tony, please?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, I said that we will send prayers and the novena to his mail.
To his email account. To his email account.
No. I don't want. I don't have email account. I don't want.
Okay, Precious, let me go to the point.
Go ahead.
Precious, why is it that it's only in the Western world, if you bring a case to court, there is a place they will ask you whether this issue has been is in another court or is being treated in another court. But why is it that a court will decide? Yeah. Why is it that a court in Abuja will decide something, another court in Port Harcourt will decide on the same matter, the same level of court will decide the same thing, and give us a different ruling? Why? I can't understand how that system works. I keep on asking myself every time you hear a court decide something in one state, the same matter is being handled in another state and in another court. Is there anything? I don't know. Mr. Darlington has to. Can you allow Mr. Darlington to explain, because he's a lawyer? Let him explain it for us.
Brother, I can't explain it.
Sorry, what did you say? Can you help us interpret?
That is, I'm baffled. I'm baffled.
Oyemilenu.
Oh yeah.
Oyemilenu.
Oh no, Citizen Joe said Oyamilo.
Then the other one that I have to come into it is that there is something that Mr. Darlington said that you see. You see, we are following American system of government, and I'm sure somebody from America might call in and explain it further, no more than me. Anybody that is a president there would declare everything, all their assets, all their income.
I'm telling you.
And they will put it in a certain system that person, and if the person owns any company, they will make sure that company doesn't benefit
from anything.
The owner is the president.
That is the truth.
In Austria, once you are a president or in a top position in the politics, and you say your child or your relation secures a job, they will dig deep to know how
he got that job.
If he got that job, is it because this person
but Mr. Tony Chukwu, this thing you're saying like this now, you know we're still a developing nation. And there's a reason why we're developing.
Why do you say that?
Are we ripe for this kind of thing you're saying like this?
Every day.
Is it not just wishful thinking that we're doing this?
No. So when are you going to grow up? When?
Precious, is Mr. Darlington's birthday. You know, yesterday you brought the people that try to those IT.
Those AI guys, the tech guys, yes.
Yeah. So I wanted to have a go with them. I mean, to go in further discussion, but there is no time. Because I'm not saying that AI is not good, but there is a place is even worse. Back to what I'm trying to say is that everything that you are spending, I don't know if I say, they will say that, but we are learning. We want to be like these people. If we want to, and when you see all these politicians, whenever they come and you ask them something, they will tell you, even in London, even in America, it's been done like this. Why is it? And when I ask them, can you learn at least 1%? 1% of what America is doing, or what they are doing in England, because that's the only way. Okay, what of the roads? In England, they are changing their roads. They are building their roads, digging tunnels. Is there anyone that is being done in Nigeria? Because they want to learn. They refer Germany. Can they compare Germany when they refer to them? Germany have a different political system. They have 6 geopolitical zones. And that 6 geopolitical zones have prime ministers, and they have their president, and they have their Bundeskanzler. Meaning that the power is dissolved. That 6 prime minister, they call it in German, minister president. That if they decide anything, the chancellor will not do anything, and they still have their Bundestag. So when they are talking, the whole thing, sometimes I don't know. When people are calling, those in the diaspora, it's not that when we talk, it's like people might think, oh, we are talking, but we feel that we see how things are being done. And one thing most people don't know is that you see Nigerians precious. Okay. Nigerians outside are in a very high level places in their workplaces. Many of them are into a very like if you come to London, if they tell you the number of Nigerians that are working in Canary Wharf,
yes,
in the finance, in the finance,
it's a fact. It's a fact.
Young Nigerians.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
If you go to America, the highest consultant, I'm not the one that said it, it's President Obama that said it. The highest health consultants in America are Nigerians. When you talk of blacks, why are these people rubbishing us, thinking that we are fools?
I'm telling you.
It's not that we don't have sense.
All right, Mr. Tony, you've spoken for a long time. Can we take someone else?
It can be very irritating.
Thank you so much.
It's all right. What is in the step down?
Step down conversation today is very tough. We hear that people's thing in here used to disappear, and we want to look at the possibility of in here disappearing.
In Calabar,
that is what we'll be discussing. But let me take another call. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yes.
My name is Jonathan. I'm coming from London.
Jonathan, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening, Barrister Darlington.
Jonah.
Happy birthday, sir.
Yes, so say it loud.
Long life and prosperity, sir. God will continue to increase it.
Amen.
Okay, sir, and God will continue to strengthen you.
Amen.
You need strength.
Amen.
You need strength, sir.
Yes.
And to Mommy P there, I greet you.
I greet you too. Go ahead.
Okay, let's quickly jump on it. You know, Mr. Darlington have said it. Yableno.
Oh yeah, you learn too. Oh yeah, you learn.
Yeah. I don't want to use British accent to say it. So what you said, Mommy Peter said that we are developing. Says who?
At 63.
Nigerians are rubbing shoulder with administrators of the developed nation.
I'm telling you.
But what do they call you guys? Is it not developing nation they call you guys?
No, it's because
why are you stammering now, Mr. Darlington? You should tell me straight yes or
no, it's because you accepted it now. If they say you are a developing nation, I say no, you are not a developing nation.
How developed are you?
It's because of this type of thing now. It's because of this type of thing. When you have stars outside there, stars.
So when we say we are what are the attributes of developed nation? Believe you me, if you are working in a BBC London, everybody will hold you with high esteem.
I'm telling you.
Everybody with this job you are doing here, if you work in any BBC branch in UK here, you'll be among the best. I'm telling you. I'm not saying because I'm saying it.
Of course, I do know. I'm in the industries. I know very well. Go ahead and tell me. We'll just go to what you're doing.
So now, when somebody is now telling us if we are developed nations, I say no, we get it wrong there. Say common bricks. We can't make up the list of bricks. I say God, who will offend like this?
And who do us? I don't do. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let me quickly run to other calls now. All right. Hello. Good evening to you.
Now we do ourselves.
Hello.
Hello, Precious.
Yes, please. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening to you and the guest, Mr. Darlington.
Yes.
Go ahead. What's your name, please? Where are you calling from?
Remy from Apapa.
All right, Remy, go ahead very quickly.
Remy.
I quite agree with all Barrister Darlington said. There's this new trend now, and it's common with some media platforms. I think your own platform is quite different.
What's that
Your
trend?
show and that of Jude. If you try to speak about the subversion of justice, the next thing you hear from either the presenter is you are being emotional.
Exactly.
That is it because your candidate wasn't declared the winner?
Exactly.
They leave the substance of your argument aside and they blackmail you with that statement. As if being emotional is a crime. I can be emotional and still be rational.
Yes.
So that should be the major thing, being rational. I can be not emotional and be rational. So the rationality in whatever I see should be what should be
looking at.
But that does not mean that if you also say something, that doesn't also mean that if you use words that you shouldn't use on air. Like, I'm sorry, but yesterday on the show, I think somebody used a word that starts with B, U, and ends with T, and I had to, I think I realized late, but I had to call back the person and cut him off at the end of the day. He called from the US, and it looked like I refused to let people have their say. But you also have to understand. Yes, you also have to understand that you have to know and mind the language that you use on air.
I'm not even talking about the language I'm using. I'm talking about the argument I'm putting forward, not my choice of words. You don't get?
I get you. I get you.
I'm talking about the argument I'm putting up.
I get you more than you think I do, but I also understand why most people some media houses may also do what they are doing. Because you know that there are laws that guide the job that we do. And see, just like what David Hunde and I were talking about that day, he was on the show with me. If you go by the codes or the laws that we have that guides broadcasting in Nigeria, it's almost like your guest should not even say anything. It's almost like because I'm not even supposed to have a say. It is actually a crime for me to be opinionated, for me to even have a suggestion. I'm not supposed to. Do you understand? I didn't make these rules. Those are the rules. So it's like when some of you are expecting me okay, so Precious, are you not calling bad? How can I call bad? Because my job does not let me call good or bad. Because I'm not supposed to have a say. That's the way the job is supposed to be. So if you have people who are actually doing it that way, that means they're going against the rules and tenets of the job based on what we have or the codes that binds our job. I could give you a copy of the broadcasting code so you read out for yourself. Do you understand? So that is to say that if somebody wants to finger you now that they feel like you've done something wrong, they can come for you and tell you that see what you have done wrong, and they can be correct, in their own opinion. I hope you understand anyway, and I hope you guys can cut off some slacks that we're actually trying our best. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, Precious.
Yes, please. Good evening. I love the energy.
Oh, Precious.
Yes, please.
Dude, if you love this energy, I'm okay. Let me say happy birthday to Chief Darlington first.
You don't give a chieftaincy title.
That's him.
That's him over the phone.
That's me.
You can hear him.
Yes.
Anybody that wants you die will be dead.
Hey, Moko leave that now. Moko leave that now. This is love and light. This is love and light.
Now, okay, look. Oh, okay. Wow. Anyway, Precious.
Sir?
Please.
Okay.
Please. I want to beg you.
Okay.
Right? Obi Mazi Peter Olua Korede Obi.
No. If you call him Olua Korede, you still call him Mustafa or something. You look for another name I give to him.
Abdullahi.
People tell him everything. Olua Korede Obi is not. Is a Nigerian. Yeah.
Okay.
He was not an Igbo candidate.
Mm.
Don't let anybody
deceive
that point.
Exactly.
Me, I'm proud to support Obi. If supporters of despicable people can be proud of
what they are doing, exactly. Why wouldn't I be proud of my own?
I not be proud of.
Are you sure you're not proud of him because he's from your region? You know that they say he's regional.
Obi.
Listen, my name is Remy. I'm from Abeokuta,
Okay.
State.
Oh.
I'm from Abeokuta, State.
Oh, Precious, you have lost.
I was just raising him, in conversation. It's not because I plan to win. It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I know you're just doing your job. So Obi was not propelled by Igbo people or Southeastern, whatever those nonsense might probably have indicated. Okay, we followers of Obi, we believe in Obi. Even if Obi moved to a party of whatever party, we follow him. It's just like Ose Morion.
Exactly.
Many people follow Morion.
Exactly.
Just because of his personality.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter whether he's in Manchester or anywhere.
Exactly.
They follow him.
Exactly.
So, however, now, Precious.
Sir?
If you went to school anyway.
I'm not sure I'm educated. I didn't. Go ahead.
No, she went to.
Oh, that's a sweet insult. When you just said it that very sweetly. Shut up, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, she went to Chicago.
I'm sure you must have been to University of Polytechnic, and I did too. If anybody wants to go,
it's really important.
I don't hide it. I went to NC, Nigeria, University, everywhere here. Go and find out. I give you liberty. Anybody that wants to lead Nigeria must have that sense of openness. Together, just let's see. That's what I mean. In America, in Britain, in America, you are not compelled. There's no legal standing for you disclosing your tax return. But every presidential candidate, apart from Trump, they always declare,
yes.
This is what I made. This is my money.
Yes.
And the reason why they do so is because they want to
accountability.
They want to
accountability.
And enjoy the people's trust.
Exactly.
That's exactly what people are asking for. Result and all that. And like I told you the other day, when Chicago University came out to say, "Oh, so is our candidate," they want evidence and let the court go out and prove it. And for like Apapa, is it Apapa also the expressway?
You don't do that here. You don't do that here.
I'm sorry. No. I will definitely not. I mean, I will obey your command.
Thank you.
Now, let's say Mr. Apapa, or let's say dear Honorable Apapa.
Good. Great. Go ahead.
He will not let Obi come in 2027. Look, the fight we are in right now, we understand the system is corrupt, but Obi is fighting it through. We'll follow him through. Now, I want to remind our dear Honorable I Prophet Apapa that
you don't carry prophets join inside.
You had predicted.
Did you give him a calling?
You had predicted 2027.
No, now we are saying we are following Obi. Even if Obi decide to run on the ground of NURTW, we dedicated.
National Union of Road Transport Workers. Come and be going from my radio. It's okay. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yes, now
you do well. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello.
Oh my God! Did you hear?
Hi. Good evening. Welcome.
Did you hear what Jesus Christ said?
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Calling from United States, Obina.
Obina, you're welcome. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah,
Sir.
You are doing a nice job. You are doing a nice job.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. But before I proceed, we will die here. You see,
who they kill you?
We will die here.
Who they press your neck? Who they press your neck?
You have to log in by 9 p.m. local time. The case has been assigned to a judge to review. everything is moving in the speed of light.
No, sharp. Before Monday, they don't pass the case. We will know how far.
I said log in, connect by 9 p.m.
We are aware.
Immediately I finish my show, I know.
We are aware.
I'm on it.
It's there emergency, I know. And money is going in. Money is going in.
Our robotic cargo.
If you want to talk on my radio, you will address people the way they ought to be addressed. You don't do that, please.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you, sir. You know, saying I may be the small headmistress of this government right now, of this cabinet. I am the headmistress of this school.
You are trying.
Thank you.
You are trying for the man. The man should be paying you. You are trying for him, because if you allow Nigerians the way it is itching them, even your station will catch fire.
God no go agree. The station a person business. If you catch fire, you go come to your house. The owner of the business go dey suffer. Okay. And then me, I will not come and have a job. Meanwhile, you're in your country eating your own job. I will not be hungry. Is it good?
Yeah. No. I pray against that. But, let me comment on the certificate saga.
Yes.
The bottom line is, if you know day, you know
day. He didn't day.
So you're saying that if he did day, he did day. If he didn't day, he didn't day.
He didn't day.
But he did day now. That's why they were already preparing to send it. It's did day. So just wait. 9 o'clock today, we'll go see how far. Why are you running faster than your shadow? Why do you guys? Why are you hell bent on hearing one thing? Why don't you want to even consider another option?
Can you imagine?
I don't want to call you doubting Thomases, but why are you hell bent on hearing a certain thing?
The whole world is following the
Yes, so all of them, they're just excited.
God almighty.
You know how many people that was waiting? We are counting time, waiting for them to release this. All of a sudden, we have an emergency. We say, okay, let's go ahead. We don't need to waste time. So no time to waste. So
all right,
let everybody, at least I want him to get more legitimacy.
All right, thank you. I'll come and be going. You have said enough. Or you go and chop. Go and eat dinner. Prepare for 9 o'clock. Bye. Hello, good evening to you. All right, bye. Hello, good evening. I think I lost that call. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, this is Remy calling back.
Remy, what happened that time now? Okay. Sharp. Complete what you were saying.
Yeah, you corrected some callers who were trying to malign a candidate.
Yes.
Which is right. That was what I was talking about. Sure you get. You know, each time you put up an argument about this case in court, quoting the same constitution through the should I say the broadcaster, then he or she turns out to tell you, was it because your candidate never won the election?
I wonder.
They have the right to ask you questions, but they don't have the right to stop you from airing your view.
You're not getting my point.
Yes. Do they eventually stop you from airing your view?
That is narrative I tend to share these days now. The moment you put up that argument, like
they will cut you off.
Okay, there was a precedence to this, so and so. That can testify to this. It's also a usual caller to shows. You can testify to that. The next thing is they try to blackmail you that are becoming emotional. How about the substance of the point I'm making? Okay, if we can allow this to happen in 2023, what makes you think it will happen in 2027? No. If the judiciary continues with this, they will be the one to raise down this country.
Is enough. Remy,
no, you don't get.
I understand.
You don't get. It is not you and I.
But you don't assume the worst, and that's more like an accusation. Please. I am saying if. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. You don't get. If it continues this, look at what you made reference to the NYC general that was interviewed. And he stated clearly that they never gave that stop to the Enugu State governor. It's very funny to wake up this morning to the news that by the way, that doesn't matter anymore.
They have cleared him.
That they've cleared him of it. Well,
okay. What should you and I do if that ends up being the verdict at the Supreme Court? We should go and vote to 2027 again in the hope that things will work fine by miracle.
All right, Remy, it's okay. Let's quickly go to other calls. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Remy. Thank you. All right, so let me run through some WhatsApp messages because I have so many of them. Happy birthday, happy birthday in advance, Mr. Darlington. Greater you in Jesus' name. I'm also September born, September 3rd precisely. September's very great people, outspoken, fearless, and the people's advocate. Cheers to many more fruitful years. Andrew from Ajawo. Okay, all of you, all this healing that people are healing Mr. Darlington like this. Well, I give all of it to him. Mark from Agege says, good evening, ma'am. It seems it's all a gloomy day of death news. Our security is just nowhere to be found these days. Let us not blame anyone that will rather follow the Sahara to Europe. Let's forget the political clowns thing or what's happening in Edo State. They're amusing themselves. Anyways, update. I bought cooking gas at 1,000 naira per kg yesterday evening. Let us pray for the poor. Don't tell me now because I'm crying. I'm emotional. My gas is soon finished. I had to get emotional while reading that part of the message.
Oh, yeah, talking of because the woman.
Yes, I just remember that I go cook. Immediately I just saw that message of cooking gas. My heart just skipped somehow. Like, oh my God, I'm facing reality now. This is like a reality check, right? I appreciate your message. Thank you so much. And Tony from Anile from Ijeoma says, it is now very clear that these were planted as mole in Labour Party. These people think of what would have happened if the so-called Lamidi Apapa and Arabambi were allowed to remain in the legit Labour Party. They were sent on a mission to disorganize and disintegrate, afraid of Labour Party's growing popularity, which was hitherto underestimated. The real LP would rise up to the occasion to ensure they take every legal means to silence these saboteurs and enemy within, who portend no political value to be retained. As much as I agree with Obaseki for his deputy to allow equity to prevail on who becomes his successor, the office of deputy governor should not be brought to the mud. The governor should therefore allow him to test his popularity with the preferred aspirants of the Guba primary. That's what he said, Tony Anele. But this testing, now. Apapa again, whether they like it or not, without P2B, many Nigerians don't even know Labour Party. Who is Arabambi and Apapa? We don't even know them before. That's what you're saying. Exactly. Why is he appealing the judgment in USA? I thought his men said Atiku's case is in futility. We are watching. Senator from Isola sent in that message. See, the thing is that even if you guys even get the case that, okay, assuming that CSU eventually releases the things, right? And, Atiku wins the case in the US and they say release all documents. Shebi is in Nigerian court, you come and tender them. You tender them in Nigerian court. The case is already close to the time you tender it in Nigerian court. Is it not?
No.
Mr. Darlington, are you saying that there won't be, some technical things that can be held?
No. You see, the moment you have that document as a Nigerian, you can use it any day, any time to unseat Tinubu. I'm telling you. All right, let me quickly run through some more messages.
Wow, so Mr. Darlington is also September born. No wonder September people are special supernatural beings. Calm down. He said perfectionist. I greet you, Mr. Darlington. Happy birthday to you. Mr. Darlington, the man who wise past federal government. You wish. I greet you, specialist. God bless your new age. Thank you for the wishes. Thank you so much. Good evening, precious. Bola Tinubu is, the president is not a poor man. Your guest does not bother about how Atiku got his own money. It is only Tinubu, his number one enemy, that we should ask how he got his money. He has never faulted Atiku or Obi during any of his conversation on radio. He should also stop supporting those losers calling for coup like Obasanjo, a coup specialist. Are you serious? Is Obasanjo the only person in this world that has ever taken part in coup? All right. Ademi Lua Lucas from Iba sent in that message. I have to read your message, so that you know that this is free and fair election.
Obasanjo never took part in any coup. That Moretala coup, the Dimka coup that overthrew Moretala, Obasanjo was asked to come and take over. When Moretala died, he was hiding. Obasanjo never wanted it. It was even Danjuma, T.Y. Danjuma that was said appointed by the Northern Element. He said no, that he doesn't want. They were looking for Obasanjo to come and take over. It was out of persuasion that he now said, okay. So people should get it right. When did Obasanjo plan the coup? When? So you can see how people misinform others. And for what you are saying about Tinubu, we are saying it because Tinubu is the president now. We must put him on to account for everything he's doing. That's what we are saying.
And then you notice that a couple of callers also called and said that's the way it is operation. Since we're practicing the same democracy with that of US, that is exactly how they practice it in the US
2 months ago, FBI went to the house of Joe Biden to go and ask him to bring his tax papers. He welcomed them into his house without even asking them for court warrant. The most powerful man on earth today, American president, he welcomed them to come and probe his tax papers.
Okay, all right. So that's being said, let's move to other conversation and the other message. Something from Ijeoma Egwuatu says, the Nigerian president, academic certificate issue has turned a seasonal theme. He has nothing to hide yet. Instituted stay of execution suit. He will, this country get out of, this kind of thing. It's inflicted, Mr. Darlington, clogged into by the say happy birthday, Mr. Darlington. We end it like that. VOP Nigeria, thank you so much. And this says, good evening, Mr. Darlington and Precious. Nigeria refused to be developed because fraud is going on in the country. How? If Nigeria becomes a developed country, many secrets about the misuse of our resources by our leaders will be discovered by the masses. Ikena from Ilasamaja. That's the explanation why we are still the way we are. Okay, he said by our elders' mentality, we are developing nation with short-sightedness. We even get we get eye problem. Join them. Hold on. Thank you. Good evening, Precious and Mr. Darlington. Happy birthday to you, my legal man of the year. Wishing you all the best in life. Congratulations and remain blessed. Zeb Uzorechi from Isheri sent that message. Good evening, Precious. How are you doing? I'm great. I greet you, Mr. Darlington. Baba Sowe. These people, before I don't even sight read on, I don't knock me one. I go just take a break to come see with you and they read. Who do you say is dancing? Okay. You say, in fact, I'm not reading again, Emperor. Emperor, don't do this to me now. Emperor, I'm skipping your music. I know they read. Good evening. I just came back from hospital and I heard you people discussing about developing nation. Nigeria is a developing nation, but not advanced nation like America. Russia, it's in Nigeria is a developing nation, not advanced nation like America, Russia, Germany, Britain, etc. Prince Magic, Lord Femi, Magic Kudumi, your friend, is the one sending in this message. Mr.
I wish you well, you come back from hospital. You have to get well, so that you have energy to attack me.
Stop that, Mr. Darlington. Precious dear, I came to dinner late. Please, can you kindly feed me with the hot topics for tonight? Trust me. Now. I will feed him. I'll do a run for them, So this is Precious and Mr. Darlington. Can our leaders be truthful? If these people involved in all this issue of certificates can come outside and say, I'm sorry, I think it will go a long way. Destiny Promotion sent that message, and because this one of Enugu State is another one. I'm like, what's happening? Remember we also have one with the one that the governorship candidate of the PDP was accusing the governor of Lagos State too, some certificate issues. Yes. So this says, but then we had people from WAEC come to testify that the certificate is true, during the tribunal too. So please, Nigerians, could someone tell me who cursed Nigeria? Are you not seen in that Nigeria? No. I ask this question because most Nigerians no longer reason normally. Imagine what Apapa said. I wonder the type of people who is considered from Magege. He says, of course, we'll continue this way. Why being sentimental and biased as far as national issues are concerned? Believe me, democracy may not survive in Nigeria if we continue this way. Good evening, Precious. I advise Mr. Darlington, happy birthday, long life and prosperity, more money in your account. God will keep you, blessing you, and all that. Mr. Darlington, I don't have anything to say concerning Nigeria matter. It has tired me. My name is Kelechi from Moshode. I just want to wish you happy birthday. That's all. Ike from Ijegu says, dear, I like the way you talk. Very fast and accurate. Oh, the first time I'm hearing someone like my fast pace. You know, other people used to say, you're too fast. We can't hear you. Thank you. He said, Mr. D, happy birthday. Yeah, they don't call you Mr. D. That's a nice one. Yeah, see you now. It's only like Bobo Lagos. You're a city boy, man. He said, you're a very intelligent man. I would love to have your contact. Okay, oh, you're having fans. All right, and Dayo from Fagba, you've come. He says, okay, good evening, precious. Happy birthday to Mr. Darlington, my man of the year. Mr. Darlington, God bless you, sir, with good health. Atiku has made a tremendous move by going to the court in US, by making the Chicago State to release the documents for clarification. He never released yet. They don't.
The man have tried. He have tried.
Now that the election case has come and gone to the Supreme Court, if there be any Nigerian court, they won't allow people to verify the certificates. They never allow yet now because they're still going to hear it. Okay, you know that I will not read this part of the message because I'm tired. I can't be editing your messages. Happy birthday in advance to Mr. Darlington. You always remind me of the movie Blacklist. Very intelligent. Norris from Agopala sent in that message. Let me quickly run back to my calls.
Blacklist.
You know the movie he's talking about? Hello, good evening to you.
Oh my God.
Hello.
My fans are very funny.
Don't cut me short, please.
Okay, you came back.
Hell, who are you again, brotherly? I can't remember.
Remy?
No, I don't think it's Remy.
No, the man from Abeokuta.
I understand, precious. Why would you not think it's me and Papa Chief Darlington? No.
Oh no, he said Remy from Abeokuta. Oh, the one from UK. You see, people are confusing my head like this because there was another Remy that called in too.
Okay,
and he's in Nigeria. You're calling from the UK.
Listen, like precious.
Sir?
You should be glad.
Oh.
I don't know if you are Muslim or Christian.
It doesn't matter the religion.
No, okay, whatever the religion or allegiance you've got, you need to go there and tell your priest that God, I'm grateful that two Remy call on
Remy, I'm actually very elated. I'm excited that I got a call from two Remys on a day on my show. Is that okay?
And those two Remy are not just like me and Remy, they were like 5 Remy.
God, I don't die today. All right, go ahead, Remy.
Now, I think it's important.
Okay.
As these people are saying this here and there, I know you guys in the media, you are limited to what you can receive. You are gagged up by the political dog called a watchdog. Anyway, but the bottom line here, as we are saying, look, Nigeria belongs to everybody.
Exactly.
Benny, that's the right way to respond in Yoruba land. I mean, Benny.
Yeah, Benny.
I'm a daughter of the soil. I'm a daughter of my father.
And so when you look at where we are right now, you know, precious.
Sir?
The thing that makes me feel so sad as a person is that Nigeria is no longer that country that have moral sanity. You know, moral principle. And we don't really care about.
Do you know that talking about the decline, I mean moral decadence, do you know that it's not only within the leaders? Do you know that it's actually worse? It's actually worse among followers. Do you know that it's worse among followers? It's worse among you and I talking like this.
I disagree.
Mr. Darlington, I mean it because I said there was a time on my show. For instance, there was a time on my show on TV. You're there, and we had this vox pop we did about if you woke up from your house or came out from the front of your house and saw $1 million naira, for instance, or $1 million, what would you do with the money? Nobody, no single Nigerian accepted that they would take that money to authority.
That is where you made a mistake.
What is the mistake to make there?
You are leaders.
What kind of characters are we?
Hold on, you are
if you would not agree that you see something that does not belong to you, you know you did not work for, you would not look for how to report it to the appropriate quarters.
They are taking a cue from their leaders who are stealing in broad daylight.
I disagree, Mr.
No, don't go there.
Mr. Darlington, I disagree. I feel like we all have a fundamental issue.
No. That's not how to check moral.
Go ahead, Mr. Remy.
Moral standards should from the leadership.
Chief, let your boy deal with this queen.
Okay.
I'm not dealing again. You guys cannot put me in the middle.
Okay. I give you authority. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I understand your standpoint. Okay. I mean, corruption is everywhere, but that is why you have the institution in place to keep corruption in check.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Do you know, you are a journalist, you are a news trader? I saw it in the news a couple of days ago that a Keke Marua tricycler, he found a huge amount of
money. Yes.
in his Keke.
I know about that.
Yes, and he returned it.
Did you hear about that? Now, Precious, please don't ever join the league of those who say all Nigerians are corrupt.
Exactly.
I am not saying all. You don't understand me. What I'm saying is that we have fundamental issues ourselves too. Do you understand? So I didn't say all. I hate to say all because obviously I'm not one of them. Because in that conversation, I was the only one who said no, that's not the right thing to do. What I'm trying to say is that we have so many of us who believe the other way, and which is bad. Yes, please.
I always say no to, because there are many Nigerian women, there are many university female students who will never put off their pants to get marked. Many of them. And there are many, all these things are there, but the problem we have in Nigeria is that the most fraudulent people are the popular ones.
Yes.
And as long as they have much money and throw out of people. Now, what I'm going to say to you and all Nigerians out there, please and please don't give up.
Exactly.
Even if the thieves, the criminals, the drug dealers are having their ways today, don't surrender.
Yes.
Because it is when you give up that they will think we have conquered.
Exactly.
But as long as they see us fighting back,
exactly,
I'm sure they are going to shrink.
Exactly.
Papa, what are you doing for birthday now? Where are we coming to?
The ball is in your court, too.
Where are we coming to? As if you fly all the way to come and
the ball is in your court, too.
Sir?
Papa, this birthday needs to be celebrated because we love to celebrate the best brain. Because like that boy, this person that finds money, was it in Kano or Kaduna? I can't remember. But these are the people that should be getting
an award, yes, but they will not.
We are going to fight it anywhere they are, either north, east, they will get national award. Don't give idiots.
Oh yeah, Remy, it's okay now. Come and be going. Let me take more calls now. Remy.
Precious.
Sir. I'm not chasing my Remy. Oh, my dear Remy. My dear Remy, I cannot chase you away now. You know, Remy me. That's how they used to call you, Abby. Is that the right way to call him? Remy me. Hello, good evening to you. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Yes, please, welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Sebastian, you're welcome.
Constabulary.
Yes, sir. How you doing? Happy birthday to you, sir.
I'm okay, my brother.
Thank you. Yes, when we say Nigerian is practicing American system of democracy, the thing is always giving me cause for worry. Because in American system of democracy, you tend to see justice being done.
Yes.
Look at our former president, Donald Trump. For a very long time, we were thinking that he would never account for all his errors while he, as a president.
But they have brought him to book.
Nigeria. They booked him. His mugshot has been taken. Can that happen in Nigeria?
Never.
I doubt it.
Never.
It will never happen. And yet we say we are practicing American system of government. It's not so. In America, we have multiplicity of police department. Here in Nigeria, we only have one
police.
That report to Abuja. How do you expect to combat crime when one central government is responsible for policing the whole of Nigeria, 200 million people? It's not possible. So we just use that word without knowing the weight it carries. I think it's a shame. And as regards the certificate that we are talking about, according to what somebody said earlier, if he didn't dare,
Well, come and be going. Thank you. Well done, you too. Good evening. All right, let me run through some messages on YouTube because my YouTube people I have not visited you guys since. Michael Atim Pointiano says, why are you people still bringing this man and Apapa, his gang, and their APC members not LP? Are you serious? Dennis Fandrick says, without His Excellency Peter Obi, VOP will not make money. They always use his name to chase clout and recognition. Labour Party does not have any fractions. And Jude, okay, oh God, you guys are just funny. Tracy Jacobin says, P2B this, P2B this, P2B that. Let this man brave, please. Yoruba TV says, I swear, Apapa and Mobad father. You see, Apapa and Mobad father. Apapa and Mobad father is 1 and 2. Why are you saying this? And then Yoruba TV says, okay. Okay says, happy birthday to you, Mr. Darlington. And Michael A-Team says, my dear sir, say it as it is. And then Yoruba says, I'm not so much from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria, and I don't understand you. He says, just keep saying what you're saying. Don't mind your lady who's there. She's becoming a big joke. Yeah. I like to read messages where you guys are, yabbing me very well. Nobleman says, what is good? He said, what is God forbid about somebody losing, not your bias? Don't worry, you don't understand. Femi Bash says, the president is, okay. Udo Lisa Franklin says, precious, I can smell a rat. The law in use because they are using the delay tactics buying time. You're talking about the US stuff, right? And it says always telling callers, you say you're always telling callers to mind their language. There is no freedom of speech in Nigeria. Are you serious? Come to Nigeria. Come and sit down here in the studio and do the work and have freedom of speech. People can think you can be where you are and come and be shouting no freedom of. Come and sit down inside my studio and do the freedom of speech. You don't know how things work. Okay. Ruth Asima says, good evening, Prayer and Mazi Darlington. 2027 presidential election will be see it, snatch it, grab it, run after the touts that ran with the ballot box, and every other thing will have to do it a day from first accent in that message. Femi Bash says, okay, I'm not going to read that message, right? Kelechi Oje says, Lamidi Apapa is better to hide his. He said is better to hide his certificate than presenting stolen certificate. Elder Papa, destroying yourself or you're fighting people publicly for your own stomach. Not minding your aid. That's talking about, part of the statement says that P2B refused to impute his university certificate in his INEC form because he knows that it will be questionable. So he used his other credentials and not his university certificate. Tracy Jacopin says, Tracy.
What did he say?
How many times did I call you? Mr. Darlington, let me tell you in secret. All of you will just be looking for trouble like this on public radio. And then ADO's Development and Investment Limited says, please, can we streamline the court proceeding tonight? I'm sure we should be able to do that. Oh my word, Tracy, my dear, this one entered. I'm not going to say it. Well done, no. Femi Bash is precious, always playing devil's advocate with obvious truth. Okay. Tracy, be smiling. Oh, it's sweeting you, Abby. It is sweeting you. Emmanuel Jacobin says, happy birthday, Chief Barrister Darlington. You are blessed beyond measures, Madam Landowner. Madam Landowner Queen Prepre, I will vote for you when you contest for the president of Nigeria. You are too much to be ignored. Well done. Thank you. Emmanuel Jemani says, good evening, wonderful people of Voice of the People. Please, which channel do I log on to follow the proceedings in the US? I think a couple of news channels in US should be able to carry that out, but I'll look out and let you know. Chime Buka Ndobisi says, precious. You get Chime Buka. How many times did I call you? He says, because it's your first time of seeing me, I'm not going to say, Mr. Darlington, this one is not your business. Happy birthday to you, Chief Darlington. They're wishing you. And this is happy birthday to you, sir, the man of truth, and your days be longer than the days of your enemies. You guys will not kill me. But I run through some more messages because I have too many messages to attend to. And then this message says, good evening, happy birthday. And good evening, Darlington, and special Precious. Though it's a pity that you are a Nigerian journalist, sympathetical, working for the Nigerian government and media house, I have nothing more to say concerning this country and how everything is going, because generally Nigeria is not developing into anything good. Ogada Linton, I call you Otumba Oloye Asoto. What does that? Please forgive me. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing them well. May God bless your new age graciously. Bad Beji from Oshodi sent that message. Okay, you guys will not finish me today. And then he says, good evening, precious, and happy birthday to Mr. Darlington, man of the year. You've said I've seen your message, Remy from Akoka. I say, Remy, what's your name again? This should be you, Dio from Fagba. You know, right? You will use another number and the same messages. You think I will not know? You come and be sending messages that you know that I cannot read, obviously. Precious, you know I love you. I just want you to smile as you read your my message is very clear. Why not read it? Mr. Darlington, happy blessed birthday to you. Thank Emperor. Thank you. I love you too. God bless you. Just to wish happy birthday to the gentleman, Mr. Mr. Darlington, Alan Gentle from Ilasamaja sent in that message. Precious, me, I don't like the fast way you talk because you know they read messages accurately. Okay, even more annoying when you say da. If you're on national TV or a platform like CNN or Al Jazeera, is that the way you do da? Would you still say you are being professional with your job? All these little things you people look over matters. You never don't come and teach me this one. This da is because when you write the things that you know I cannot read on air based on the laws that guide my job in Nigeria, I dada it for you. That's what I do. When you write the things you know that I cannot read because of the laws that guide my job, I just dada it for you, just so that you know that thing you wrote is not something I can read. That's basically what it is. I hope you understand. We'll all be all right. Okay, this is good evening, precious. Happy birthday to Mr. Darlington, man of the year. Royal blessings upon you. As for Apapa, he is going, but he said what? He's okay.
He's going nowhere.
He's putting discord to Labour Party. Very sad and unfortunate. This is coming from His Royal Highness BC Woko. He sent in that message. And hey, Majek, your friend, now says, Mr. Darlington, happy birthday to you. I wish you long life, prosperity, and health in God's protection always. Mr. Darlington is right when he said that Obasanjo never ever planned a coup. The story told by Mr. Darlington is very correct. Today he did not counter you. Let me see if there is another one he countered you. Obasanjo was somewhere. They went and called him to come and be head of state. Yes. He said no. Two Maritala, then Obasanjo appointed Theophilus Danjuma as the minister and chief of defense. Magic Lord Femi sent in that. Your dear friend. Happy birthday. I like the way you guys fight and love each other. You know, he's always opposing you.
I told him to get well.
So that you have energy to fight you. Please get well, Mr. Magic, right? Happy birthday to you, Mr. Darlington. God shall preserve your life for a better time. Thank you for speaking the truth always. Simi Sola from East Sola sent in that message. Evening, precious. Once again, precious. If we are to be Nigeria court, there will be what? Will they tell the president to go? Your matter has been settled, and Atiku as your case has been dismissed? Is that what they will say to him?
I wonder.
Okay, I greet you, Precious, and Man of the Year, my Mr. Darlington. I wish you happy birthday, long life and prosperity, and may God continue to protect you and your family. 7 boosas for you.
Amen. 7.
Don't scatter our net with boosas. Good evening, Precious. Happy birthday to Mr. Darlington. God will continue to guard and protect him for speaking the truth always. Nigeria needs people like you. And CP St. Francis from Ago Palace, Okota, sent in that message. I am not surprised Precious has established her own judiciary, prosecuting listeners on air. Oh my God, you guys will not kill me. You see, one day, I think I should start a show where I should be calling random people to come and do the job every day. You know, giving you guidelines on how the job goes, and so you come and do it by yourself. Good evening. Is it? They say good evening, APC woman leader. I want to tell you that. Oh no, Nigerians will not kill me. Mr. Darlington, enjoying these basketballs are giving to me.
You're
laughing so hard that you're teary laughing. Okay. I said, this says good evening, APC woman leader of the year without money and portfolio. This is not nice. I want to tell you that what you want to hear. His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a very good man. Our judiciary is the best in the world.
Yes.
Our politicians are always the most honest in the world.
Yes.
Our police system is award-winning in the world.
Yes.
And our military is the best in the world. So Precious, these are what you want to us to say. Abi, okay, Precious, take the merits. I know I'll not put that thing you put before the merit. I'll take the merit and throw away the other one you said before it. All two your APC politicians. If this is what you want to collect, Usman from Oshodi. He said happy birthday to Mr. Darlington. He said the next president. They said now you they go vote for 2027. They're voting for you in 2027. Prince Francis Chilaka says, happy birthday, Mr. Darlington. It's really sad and unfortunate that Apapa's faction of the Labour Party is confused. They seem to forget too quick that the popularity being enjoyed by the party today is as a result of the membership of Peter Obi. If truly they are members of LP and they believe in the party, they should not be saying the things that they are saying about the party's presidential candidate. They truly need to think twice of their utterances.
Yes, now we already destroyed Nigeria.
That's what he said. And he says, happy birthday, releasing records testifying under oath. The emergency application was filed as Chicago State University prepared to start complying with the records release on Friday. Right? And then we also did tell you right away that Obi won't get LP ticket in 2027, according to Lamidi Apapa's faction. In fact, Arabambi, the PRO, was heard. He said a lot. He said a lot of things. I don't want to go to the things that he said again. These have been our hot topics today. I do hope that you, yes, you get them, right? So phone lines are still open, 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. But you know what? We're taking a break now. After the breather, we'll go straight to our step-down conversation. So we hear that people's in here have been missing up and down. What is the possibility that somebody can touch you like this, pam, and your private part disappears? Is that even possible? Is that a way that thing can happen? Or why is it that it's only in Nigeria that we hear these things? So there's been stories making the round about these kind of things happening in Nigeria. That's what we want to look at. After this break, you will enjoy these stories. Yeah, let's sit and cool our temper. We'll be right back, Lagos. This is the Evening Rush 90.3, Voice of the People FM.
For the perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos, number 42, Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in a beautifully appointed rooms featuring all the amenities you need for a comfortable stay.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your everyday need is met. We also offer complimentary pick-up and drop-off from the Lagos airport.
Take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant.
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, Lagos is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So, why wait? Book your stay today and experience ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort. Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less. The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and Coldberry ice cream, delight in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and Coldberry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, First Town, 28 at Denira Ogunsanya Street, Surulere, 13 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and Coldberry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
All right, Lagos, you are welcome back. It's still 90.3 Voice of the People FM, still the Evening Rush. So I read you a story of a pastor's, perhaps why call it testimony, plus testimony and a review, more like a healing testimony that a pastor gave concerning this issue of Inya disappearing from somebody's body. So one pastor, Reverend Father Evaristus Bassi, wrote and said, "This private part matter, could it really be a serious matter? A young man came to me after church on Sunday that he couldn't feel himself anymore. That is, he cannot feel his inner, his private parts anymore." Do you understand? You know, right? Okay. And then he says, that this happened after an unidentified person touched him the previous day. You know, there are people that said if once they touch you, your thing disappears. You start looking for it, you not see it. That is, it even goes off your body. But you know, it's just that those people who their things disappear have not been able to search through to know what replaces those things that should be there, or if it's just air that is there. You know, Mr. Darlington, have you discovered that kind of situation? If it's air that is,
you know, it is a perception of mystery. You just believe that
something disappeared because some people come and touch and say, "Hey, not there again, not there again." They'll start shouting.
Did it shrink or what?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to understand. You know? But let's read further what the
nobody has authenticated it. Nobody. You just hear it, exactly. But nobody have it. Okay, remove your cloth. Let us
check now. Would they agree in front of you? Go mad.
That is the issue. So how do you not believe what you are saying?
Okay, so the Reverend Father says that this young man claims that his ear got missing after a strange man touched him the previous day, right? In his own case, he said his private part felt dead. It was still there. His own case is not that the thing disappeared. His own case is that the thing is still there, but the thing is now dead. It's not looking like it's alive anymore. You know, when you carry a dead fish, you raise it up. The thing is, is weak. So he said, I prayed for him and asked him to visit the Blessed Sacrament Chapel. My assistant priest also said he would celebrate Mass for him. The next morning, when he came to Mass, when he came for Mass, he still said he couldn't feel his usual early morning, erection that used to follow the, when the thing is active, early morning it will wake up and greet you. But the thing did not greet him early morning. So that means the thing is still he's still dead. He's not alive. He has to rise from dead. So he said, the Reverend Father said, I prayed for him again and asked him to exercise strenuously. That is, do good exercise, right?
Yes.
The next day, when he came for mass again, he said he could not have an erection. What is happening? Erection is just evading you, running away from you. He said, and I thanked God for him because such a young man being dead down there would be very tragic for him. So I had to thank God for him, first of all. Unlike some cases where I hear that the private part disappears or shrinks, I asked if his own had shrunk, and he said no, just that he seemed dead. But now he is all right now and everything is fine. So the bishop now further says that I don't know what to make of all of these stories about people's private parts disappearing in Calabar and elsewhere. Of course, you know that there's been recent stories in Calabar about disappearing of private parts. And that says, is this really possible? What do they want to do with the private parts?
It's not possible.
And is it mostly, it is mostly men that appear to be the culprits. Do they want to add to their own? That is, if you disappear somebody's in here, you not carry it and add up to your own. To not make your own double in here. So the odogu will not be double odogu. So then I said, so do they want to add their own to add it to their own or what? With Yahoo Plus and all these tales about Mobad and all kinds of cult groups and all that going on, we are fast becoming a voodoo society. That's what the man of God says. He said, may God help us and hold us in good faith. So that's the center of our conversation this evening on our step down. Do you think that Mr. Darlington, my phone lines are ringing, and let me just take a few calls before I take your thought. Do you think there's a possibility of somebody's in here disappearing? Hello, good evening.
Precious, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. May I know who we are speaking with?
Yeah, Emeka from London.
Oh, Emeka, hi, welcome. You came late for church. We'll finish first mass. This is Thanksgiving now.
I just finished work and I'm just going to work.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, you're at work.
Yeah, quick one. I just want to jump into Apapa.
No. We are done dusted with Apapa. Sorry, we're just in a step down conversation.
We are now in Ajawe State.
We are now in
we have left Apapa.
We have left that conversation. Sorry. That's why I said you came late now. The step down is the possibility of people's private parts disappearing when somebody touches them. You know, there's been cases of disappearing private parts in Nigeria. Is it possible?
Yeah.
There are people that it disappears. And why is it that it's always men that their own used to lose? Why don't they used to take women's own too? It's always men in here that they take away. Why?
Meanwhile, it should have been women's own. No?
It sounds very strange. I don't even. It sounds very strange to me.
That is why we have to talk about it on step down.
I don't know how that comes about. I'm very surprised about that.
I'm also very surprised, my brother.
I'm just surprised some private person just lost like that. It's very strange. I haven't heard such a thing before. But I just want to hear such a thing. But this is just calling it out, man. I'm perturbed about it, So, since people have finished the what they are talking, I don't know what to say about. But in Nigeria, anything can happen. I don't know, honestly. You can't just talk to the Western world here. It's very strange. If I tell my colleagues that when someone touch you, you're pregnant by law, he said, what? We can just look at you. What are you saying?
All right. So that means you don't believe there's any science behind it and it's possible, right? Thank you.
You know, hypnotism
Thank you very
come
much.
in different form.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, bye. Yes. Okay. So hypnotism.
Yeah. When they want to hypnotize a victim, such a thing can happen. They can.
But these ones are not hypnosis now. Well, let's take a few calls. We'll get back to that. Your thoughts, Mr. Darlington. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Are you there? Good evening, Mr. Tony. I know you're a lover of step down conversation. Now, go ahead.
Is that what a lover of?
I know that this one affects you personally. This one affects your gender and you personally.
Yeah.
What I want to ask is, anytime where you get the kind thing where we say if then begin the talk where consignment, you get the way where you take the narrator.
I'm telling you, she's very excited.
No, Mr. Tony, you're not nice. Mr. Tony, you're not nice to me. It's not fair. You're accusing me wrongly. I'm innocent.
She's very, very excited. Yeah? She's even calling it Odogu. You can see.
Call it and then.
Our anaconda.
Anyway.
No, I didn't say anything like Mr. Darlington on public radio. I just said in here. You know.
And the way you take the call in here.
Oh my God.
Mr. Tony Chikuri, please go on.
The thing like the previous caller said, to be honest, it baffles me. I normally hear about it, but nobody would like to say, and to wish himself negative or failure. But the issue is that why is such a thing going on in Nigeria, and why is it? Because just like the guy, anything in Nigeria, anything is possible. But in terms of the thing not performing, being dead, there are so many things that can cause that one that has nothing to do with it.
But why was it immediately after the person touched him that the thing felt dead and he refused to wake up again and is not responding to action? When you do call for action, it's not coming up. Why?
Medically, the person should check. They will tell the person first to check his body, because there are so many things in a man's body that can easily, like if somebody is having a terrible waist pain.
I know. So would that just happen? Would that be occasioned by just a contact with someone immediately after a contact with someone? So that's a mystery. Do you understand?
There is, do you know that in Nigeria everything is possible? I think there is a video that was circulating on social media that somebody turned to a child into yam. Okay, I don't know if you have come across.
Of course, don't worry. We used to. Yeah. Have you forgotten the days of touch and follow? Yeah. It's okay. We know all these things.
Yeah, okay, so there are so many things going on. It's not difficult for one to believe or to know which one is which. It's just like the way people are dying in Nigeria. There are sometimes you bring some of all these doctors to tell Nigerians about the implication of diabetes and low and high blood pressure, because all these things, some of them have it and they don't even know they have it. And the sugar. So there are so many things going on in Nigeria that even like when you call some people, the Nigerians don't even trust themselves, thinking of trusting their leaders. That's the reason why when they call their show, you'll find out you tell them to reduce their volume of their radio, because they don't trust. They want to make sure that what they are hearing on the other end
is coming out from the radio too. So that thing is simply trust issue, right? I never imagined it that way. Yeah. Thank you for bringing a perspective to that. Really, it's really trust issues.
Yeah, because it's trust. They don't trust because they have gone through a lot. Just like the guys that from America that two guys called. The Nigerians have gone through.
So that means we're all traumatized. Then, is it safe to say that?
Of course. If you bring those that are doing therapies or all these people that are listen, they say that every person is mad, but it depends on the degree of the madness. But don't forget that in Nigeria, the degree of our own is high. Like when you're sorry that I'm going backwards, but like when you're talking about all this, do you know how many students that is affecting when they travel outside the country? Is it because they are not talking about it? Wow. So there are so many things going on in Nigeria. So I don't know, but things are happening. So to be honest, I don't know, but. Yeah.
So practically, possibly, do you think it's something that is possible or not? Do you think it's possible that somebody can lose the sensation of their manhood following a touch, or the person's manhood can automatically disappear following a contact?
You said that the bishop said he doesn't know how that thing works, if that thing is true or not. Why is it that men are taking it from under their own fellow man? Is it to increase their own?
Exactly, you heard it.
or maybe the other person that is taking from the other person, his phone is not working. Then he thinks that the other person's phone is working perfect. So I don't know. It's difficult for someone to.
I appreciate you.
Point with that.
I appreciate. Thank you so much. All right, so let me run through some messages. Thank you. Let me run through some messages very quickly. So some people from YouTube. Chime Buka Ndubisi say you don't know why I called you 3 times, Abi. You don't know why I called you. Don't worry, you will know. Alfred, okay. Emmanuel Jemima says, Precious, what is in here? Okay. Mr. Darlington will explain it. Mr. Darlington is a lawyer. He's the one that has the power to explain what in here means. Okay, Kenneth Ziki says, happy birthday to you, Mr. Darlington. Jonas Ouchman says, the story is bizarre to listen to. When you say you noticed immediately you were touched, what happened that it happened? Was it that there is a sensation that occurred down there almost immediately? There must have been a sensation that occurred immediately that will make you feel that it was from this touch that made me lose this sensation. That should be Mr. Darlington, Abi. There must be some loss of,
yes, that means the man that touched him must have been fortified spiritually.
Okay.
Yes.
So this message quickly says the step down conversation is really stepping down. There was a man, they stepped down his thing somewhere. The man shouted in a loud voice. People around gathered and held the accused. Do you know that the accused denied? But when he
was forced. But
when he received a serious beating, he confessed and did one magic. And the victim received it back. It happened though, Precious. Yes. Now these electric bulbs, then they collect.
Yes, it's possible.
Are you serious? So that means when people gathered and checked, did they search the man now to see that the thing was not there?
Because they had to beat the man now who there. Yes, I think I heard that story. I heard it. They beat the man to undo what he did, and he did, so that he will save himself.
There have been so many of such stories.
Yes. Even in these ritual movies, you see men giving away their manhood for ritual money and all that. Yeah, they donate their manhood.
All right, so Lawore from Igbada quickly says, Precious, I just wonder why these acclaimed victims don't visit their doctors. Instead, they just go about spreading rumors. Imagine a man going to the pastor and not the doctor after noticing he had erection dysfunction. Nigerians are funny. Illiterate society.
It's a spiritual matter.
You see, Mr. Darlington is affirming that he said disappearance of men's private part is possible. If small intestine of a child can disappear even in the hospital. You see, hold on, you're taking it this other way now. Hold on, that small intestine thing is a different matter altogether because that was following a surgical procedure, right? But this one is somebody just touches you. There was no knife, no nothing. Then the virtue that you have as a man leaves you. That kind of thing. So this is good evening, VOP Precious. Everything is possible. I have witnessed it 16 years ago between one boy and Okada man. Even yesterday, someone is telling his friends that it happened in his presence. Ogechi from Ayobo sent in there. Say, Mr. Darlington, happy birthday to you. Are you guys serious now? And this says, good evening, Precious and Darlington. The issue of manhood disappearance from the body is something I've been hearing since my childhood days. It's still strange, but anything is possible in Nigeria. St. Francis from Agopala sent that. And then this says, if you are in this world and you only think of that goes around you is something but physical. Ignoring the spiritual, then that person doesn't know what he or she is saying. If you know about things like Magu and other spiritual stuff that happens, that as you are a person, you can't explain it. Even in Zimbabwe, Kenya, there are several cases where 2 different couples stick together with having sex, and there are names for these things in their countries too. And it's done spiritually by one of the parties, just in case the other party cheats on them. It says some is just the tradition of you against it happens. That's what you say. Basically, you said it happens. You say now today it don't happen. That's what you're saying. And this is Precious. It's not fair. I'm sorry, Daya. I'm sorry I can't read all the content of your messages now. Precious, does a surgery happen without a touch? A surgery cannot happen without a touch now. What are you trying to say? Naya says, good evening, Precious. My take on this is that some case in here not working is too much of sugar. Women's in here does not usually lost, but the 2 upstairs normal gets missing. Yeah, the 2 upstairs. He said thanks from Naya. Mr. Darlington, you wanted to say something. Let me let you land on that.
God, you see, on a more serious note.
Please, we have just 30 seconds.
Our native doctors, if they can deploy their wizardry into good use, it can benefit the society. All these things that is possible. There's nothing they are not capable of. You remember in those days, our traditional rule, they used to be very powerful. Precious.
Sir?
Let me summarize this way. In those days, when they were doing all this political something, there was a meeting somewhere in the southwest, and one elderly traditional ruler, he was annoyed that Bode Thomas walked out. So he went to his house to go and plead with him. And so while he entered the compound, he was shouting. He was shouting his name. So the man was at the back. Yes, he was at the back. He now said, "Who is that person shouting in my compound like a dog?" When he now came out and saw the man now said, "Come."
I mean, you call dog.
You mean I'm shouting like a dog in your compound? As from today, you will be barking like a dog. Go and find out how Bode Thomas died. Go and find out.
All right, Lagos, that's the end of our story today. Thank you so much to everyone who joined the conversation. I appreciate you. My name is Precious and Mr. Darlington. Happy birthday to you again. Tomorrow is Mr. Darlington's birthday. Please help me wish him happy birthday. God bless you, prosper you. We love you, we adore you, and may God continue to give more grace to your elbow, more water to your sweat and urine.
Amen.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. My name is Precious and you follow the station across all her social media handles at VOP903 FM. And on Instagram, I am at Precious Enyi official. Enyi is spelled ENYI. On Twitter, is Precious_Enyi. I may not be very active on all of them, but just forgive me. I'll try to do better, right? And on Facebook, I am at Precious Enyi. On YouTube, I'm at Precious Enyi TV. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please stay safe and stay out of trouble. Have yourself an amazing evening.